Hi, I'm Elena. Today I'll be reporting on and analysing NVIDIA. Recently, NVIDIA has faced some uncertainty regarding future GPU chip demand following post-DeepSeek issues, which even led to a dip in their stock price. However, when you look at the fourth quarter 2024 earnings announcement, listen to Jensen Huang's recent interview, and consider some additional strategic insights, there are plenty of positive signs emerging. Today, I'll take you through an in-depth analysis of NVIDIA's latest performance, its strategic moves, and the key long-term investment points that you need to know. Let's start with the financial performance. NVIDIA reported revenue of $39.3 billion for Q4 2024, which marks a 78% year-over-year increase and even beats market expectations of $38.2 billion. A major driver of this growth was the data center segment, which generated $35.6 billion, up 93% year-over-year, and now makes up roughly 90.5% of total revenue. Their net income reached $22 billion, a 73% increase over last year, and their earnings per share came in at $0.89, surpassing the consensus estimate of $0.84. Although their gross profit margin is currently at 73%, a bit lower due to initial production costs, analysts expect it to recover to 75% by the end of 2025. Now, moving on to technological advancements. NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture has already shipped 13,000 samples, and they're gearing up to start mass production in Q1 2025. Importantly, the transition from the H100 to the new B200 is a game changer. It delivers a staggering 30 times improvement in inference performance and achieves 25 times better energy efficiency compared to the H100. Looking ahead, NVIDIA has provided guidance for Q1 2025, forecasting revenue of $43 billion with a 9.4% quarter-over-quarter increase and a total gross profit margin of 70.6%. Jensen Huang's vision for the future is both inspiring and transformative. He stated that AI factories are the core infrastructure of national competitiveness. In line with this, NVIDIA is collaborating with SoftBank in Japan to build an AI cloud using 131,000 GPUs. In addition, there's a strong emphasis on sovereign AI. NVIDIA is working with France's Mistral AI to develop a supercomputer that will incorporate 16,000 GPUs. Jensen also highlighted the rise of physical AI. For instance, the application of the Omniverse digital twin at Foxconn factories has reduced the design to manufacturing cycle by 50%. Moreover, their robotics simulation, powered by Isaac Lab, which is a cutting-edge research center dedicated to advancing artificial intelligence and accelerated computing solutions, achieves training speeds that are 3 times faster than those of Tesla's Optimus. And it's not just about hardware. NVIDIA's software ecosystem is growing too. With CUDA 12.5 and NAME already adopted by over 1,000 companies, development time has been slashed by 70%. Now, let's dive into the 4 core growth drivers that are shaping NVIDIA's future. In 2024, the United States dominated the AI data center market, holding roughly 65 to 70% of global investment. This leadership is driven by major clients like Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, as well as Tesla and OpenAI, which together drive about 55% of the overall demand. Additionally, the US boasts more than 150 hyperscale data centers across states such as Texas, Nevada, and Ohio. However, the landscape is changing. Between 2025 and 2030, significant investments are expected outside the US. In the European Union, for instance, there's a strong push for digital sovereignty and supercomputing capability, with target investments of around €200 billion by 2030. Key projects include the Euro HPC initiative, which plans to build 10 supercomputers using NVIDIA's Grace Hopper architecture, and the Gaia X project, aimed at establishing a distributed cloud network. Analysts forecast that the EU's market share will grow from 10% in 2024 to 20% by 2030. Japan is also accelerating its national AI strategy, with a public-private joint AI R&D fund targeting about 15 trillion yen by 2027. Major projects include a joint venture between SoftBank and NVIDIA to construct a 150 megawatt AI data center that will deploy over 10,000 Blackwell GPUs, as well as a collaboration between Fujitsu and Ricoh to develop an Omniverse-based digital twin platform for manufacturing. Japan's market share is expected to climb from 7% in 2024 to 15% by 2027. South Korea is combining its HBM production capacity with an emerging AI semiconductor cluster. The country is targeting a total investment of 72 trillion won by 2026. Initiatives such as the Naver Hyundai AI Hub, designed for autonomous driving and robotics training in Panguo, and the world's first HBM4 production in collaboration with NVIDIA are key drivers here. South Korea's market share could grow from 5% in 2024 to 12% by 2026. China, meanwhile, is pursuing a strategy to circumvent export controls by establishing a national industrial investment fund with a target investment of around 120 billion yuan by 2025. Efforts include the localization of flagship GPU development by companies like Shengchang Semiconductor and Alibaba, as well as collaborations to build next-generation data centers in countries like Malaysia and Vietnam. China's market share is forecast to increase from 8% in 2024 to 15% by 2027. Overall, the market share trend is expected to shift significantly. The US may decline from 65% in 2024 to 45% by 2030, while the EU, Japan, South Korea, and China will see rising shares, reflecting a more multipolar global landscape. NVIDIA's influence extends to physical AI as well. For example, in autonomous driving, NVIDIA's Orin holds an 87% market share compared to Tesla's Dojo. In the field of industrial robotics, simulations based on the Omniverse platform have improved efficiency by 40% compared to ABB's Yumi. And in medical robotics, the B200 implemented in the DaVinci XY system has achieved an impressive surgical accuracy of 99.7%. Benchmark data shows that NVIDIA's ML Perf Robotics score, driven by its Blackwell simulation, is 2.2 times higher than the competitor average. Inference demand is set to skyrocket. According to analysis based on GPT-4, while training costs are estimated at around $100 million, inference costs reach as high as $3 billion. Looking at the numbers, Edge AI is expected to jump from 500 teraflops in 2024 to 5,000 teraflops in 2030. Cloud inference is forecast to grow from 2,000 teraflops to 25,000 teraflops, and autonomous vehicles are anticipated to rise from 100 teraflops to 500 teraflops, marking a 1,400% growth. Overall, driven by the surge in inference demand, NVIDIA's related chip demand is expected to increase significantly in the future. Finally, let's consider NVIDIA's competitive technological moat. When comparing hardware-software integrated platforms, NVIDIA's H200 and B200 platform offers a maximum of 1,800 teraflops with an impressive memory bandwidth of 8 terabyte per second. It supports over 350 software libraries through CUDA 12.5 and is backed by a developer community of 5 million. By contrast, competitors such as Google's TPU5, AMD's MI350, and AWS Trainium deliver 1,200, 1,100, and 900 teraflops respectively, with lower memory bandwidths and much smaller software ecosystems. Key differentiators for NVIDIA include NVLink 5.0, which provides 1.8 terabyte per second of bandwidth, about 3.2 times the performance of the best competitor, and the ecosystem lock-in effect, where the implementation of TensorRT LLM reduces the time required to convert PyTorch models by 90%. NVIDIA's chip competitiveness appears to be a formidable barrier that competitors will find difficult to overcome. To wrap things up, NVIDIA is setting new global standards for AI infrastructure with its hardware-software integrated platform, which spans compute, inference, and physical AI. As emerging hubs in the EU, Japan, South Korea, and China gain ground, building a robust global collaborative network will be more important than ever. Jensen Huang summed it up perfectly when he said, "AI is evolving at the speed of light, and the infrastructure we have built forms the very foundation. It will drive the digital reinvention of every industry." Thank you for joining me today. Please stay tuned for further updates and analysis.